Howdy! So I'm back again, part 2, tiny stories, lamp skin, just every day look really. So, I'm going to start with 1996, when I had just left the religion. I was living with a guy who was an unbaptized publisher, and my best friend at the time came round and she brought some tarot cards. Her nan had passed these tarot cards on to her, and her nan had passed away. So I'd never done tarot cards before. We wasn't allowed to in the religion do anything like that because, the usual, it was attached to demons. So we been to the fish and chip shop and we bought some chips, and we had what we call in England chip butty, where you get bread and butter and you make it into a sandwich with chips. So we were all sat on the living room floor, and we had a bread packet with about 2 slices of bread left in the bottom. And we did the tarot cards. And I heard this crinkle noise and looked, and this bread packet literally just lifted up and just started moving around. And nobody was near it and nobody was touching it. And I said to my boyfriend at the time and my friend, "Do you see that?" And they were like, "What the fuck?" Yes. So my boyfriend grabbed hold of the bread packet and threw it into the kitchen, because the kitchen, there was just an archway from the living room to the kitchen. He threw this bread packet into the kitchen, and then literally a few seconds later a saucepan that was on the oven just flung off. So we was like, whoa, that was a bit freaky. And then not long after that we moved the wardrobe around, and this was a rented property. We moved the wardrobe in the bedroom, and underneath the wardrobe was this little crawler bear. Now in the 90s we used to be able to press our arms and clip them onto things. So we found this and we were like, okay. So we clipped it onto the one set of curtains in the bedroom. And I got up the next day and it had moved to the other side of the bedroom on the other curtains. And I said to my boyfriend, you moved the koala bear? And he was like, no, I didn't. I was like, yes you did, you put it on that curtain, and this morning it's on that curtain. And he was like, yeah, I know it is, but I never touched it. You moved it. And I was like, I haven't touched it, honestly. So we had this argument, and the whole time we were still together, we always said, you moved the koala bear. Neither of us touched this koala bear, it just happened to move on its own. So that freaked him out and he threw it into the garden. So then another time in that place, my same best friend, she came and stopped, and the flat we were in, the bedroom was like an extension, because it was a house split into two, and we was in the bottom part of the house. So our bedroom was like an extension, and the door, you literally had to get the handle, rank it down, and throw your weight against the door to open the door, because it used to just stick like crazy. So my friend stopped over and she stopped in the living room on a mattress, which is the room next door. So me and my boyfriend was asleep, and then early hours in the morning, the door just flung open. So I woke up and looked, nobody there, and I just thought, it's just Joe pissing around. I expected her to run in and jump on us or something, go ah, but nothing happened. So I thought, what should you do that for? So I went back to sleep. And then in the morning, she said, why did you fling the door open last night? I was like, we didn't. We thought it was you. And she was like, no, it wasn't me. She said, I was in bed and the door flung open. And she said that she could see the dark shadows moving around the room. But she thought we were playing a prank on her, and we thought she was doing the same to us. So then a few weeks later, I started talking to the guy that lived in the flat upstairs. And I said to him, do you hear loud bangs in the morning, about 6 o'clock? And he was like, yeah, I thought that was you. And I was like, no, I was going to ask you, what's that big bang at 6 o'clock every morning? So as we were having this conversation, I had music on, and the music just stopped playing. And then we heard a big bang come from upstairs in his flat. So we looked at each other and was like, what? and he said, I'm the only one here, there's nobody upstairs. So he went upstairs to investigate, and he had what we call here a clove area, which is like a metal bars, and you hook it onto radiator. So it's got these big hooks at the back. And he said that was on the floor. Well, when he came down to talk to me, it was on the radiator, and there's no way that can fall off because it's got big metal hooks on the back. So we was like, well, yeah, something freaky is going on in this house. And every time I'd go to put like a video in the video player, I'd turn around because I'd feel like somebody stood behind watching me. Now, in the hallway, which led to our toilet, there was this old oil painting picture of this lady in a long white flowing dress in a field or something. And my friends always used to say to me, there's something about that painting, it's weird, it just feels like she's watching me when I walk past. So I remembered in the religion we were taught if demons was attached to something, then it wouldn't burn. We were like, come on then, let's test the theory here. So we got it down off the wall, and we got a cigarette lighter, and we literally held it, a flame, on this picture, and it would not burn. So we were like, whoa, yeah, that is a bit strange. And in the same flat, there was some antique furniture, and he took what is called a monk's bench. So it's like a square bench with a lid that you lift up, and you can store stuff inside. So we took that to our new property, and I think there was something attached to this bench, because I have more stories to tell you about this bench. Yeah, pretty weird, freaky stuff. So if you want to hear about that, and my part 1 and 2 hasn't been too bad, then you will hear about the monk's bench in part 3. See you soon!